Games and Strains.
Yo, what's going on? It's your favorite Stone Gamer, your boy Big V, you know what I mean? Here with another episode of You Know What? Games and Strains, you know what I mean? Where we discuss the latest gaming and straining and marijuana info news, you know what I mean? Yo, let's jump right into it, you know what I mean? I've been on such a high since E3 that it ain't even fucking funny. And I owe it all to Xbox, you know what I mean? Yo, Xbox, this talk right here is for y'all. For sure. Yo, if you didn't see E3 and you've been on the rock in the gaming community, Xbox stole the entire show at E3. The entire show with everything they have coming to Game Pass. And if you don't know what Game Pass is a gaming subscription-based service on the Xbox platform. It has hundreds of games, you know what I mean, from the first Xbox to the Xbox 360 to current games now that are optimized for the new generation consoles, the Xbox Series X and S. Yo, it's around $15 a month, you know what I mean? One of the best bills that I love paying. One of the best $15 that you can spend right now and get the bang for your buck. Yo, when they have new games as well as old games on there, they have the whole access to EA live to the EA Access library. It is fucking phenomenal. Yo, at E3 they stole the show with so many games that are gonna be coming to Game Pass, yo. Do you understand what I'm telling you? These few games, I'm just gonna run down a few games that are gonna be coming to Game Pass. You pay this once a month and you get access to hundreds of games as well as new titles. Not just old titles, but new fucking titles. Such as, this is coming this year. New Halo coming. Back 4 Blood. Dark Alliance, which is out now. They're saying Starfield is coming. And many, many more. You know what I mean? Please, by all means, if you own an Xbox and you are not a Game Pass subscriber, what the fuck are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? This is the best thing fucking ever. You know what I mean? The best thing. It is one of my favorite bills that I pay every month. Like, here, Xbox, please take all my fucking money already. It is fucking phenomenal. And with these new games coming out, it's only boosting how phenomenal that it already is. Man, I cannot wait, man. I promise you, I cannot wait. But, you know, again, I mentioned that they Halo and stuff like that is coming to the platform of Game Pass, and they actually debuted a couple of the games, such as Halo and such as Starfield, and you know the Xbox community went ballistic for these games. The one that I went ballistic for, which they debuted it, I think, as an extended part of their E3 show, like the next day, was Plague Tale Innocence 2. Man, listen, I'm so excited and fucking hyped for this game. I actually predicted it during the show that they were going to actually talk about that. You know what I mean? I actually tweeted it out that I hope that we see some footage from Plague Tale Innocence 2. Yo, if you haven't played the first Plague Tale Innocence, it's actually on Game Pass right now. And again, this may sound like an Xbox podcast. It's not. I mess with PlayStation as well. But I don't want to talk about PlayStation right now. You know why? Because they weren't at fucking E3. This is to celebrate what Xbox is bringing to the table at Game Pass and what they're doing for the gaming community. It is phenomenal. Again, getting back to a Plague Tale Innocence 2. Again, if you haven't played the first one, and if you have an Xbox, and if you're not subscribed to Game Pass, go subscribe to Game Pass. Play the first one, and it's up there. It is phenomenal. If you have Game Pass, and if you haven't played it, please go play it. It's fucking phenomenal. I promise you. It kind of reminds me of sort of like the story in The Last of Us, so to speak, where it's a relationship kind of story between two people. But it's just, man, it's just one of those games you have to play. I think it's listed as a horror. It is pretty it is, but it's its own like story thing in its own way. It's listed as a horror because of all the rats that's in it that can really fuck you up. I don't want to give too much away if you haven't fucking played it. Go play a Plague Tale Innocence, and you will see why I'm so excited for a Plague Tale Innocence 2. Yo, I cannot wait. I want to see more and more footage as this game develops. I hope they take their time. Actually, too, some news for people that own a Plague Tale Innocence. On July 6th, they are releasing the remastered version of a Plague Tale Innocence Part 1, 4K, 60 frames per second on July 6th. If you already own it, you will have a free upgrade. I think on the Game Pass, it will be optimized for free. I'm so excited to play it. So yeah, and it is rumored that PlayStation is going to have the 4K 60 frames per second remastered version of A Plague Tale Innocence as one of their free games in July. That's the rumor, not confirmed yet, but it is a rumor. So my PlayStation people, be on the lookout for that as well on July 6th. And also, I think that is the day actually when the free games for the PlayStation Network is getting released. So man, if I can also play that on PlayStation 5 and on my Xbox Series S, man, that would be phenomenal if I could just play on both platforms at the same time, you know what I mean? So I can just see the differences in both, if there are any. Not that I care, I just would like to be able to do that. So yo, PlayStation, make that happen if you're gonna give it a free game, you know what I mean? That would be dope. But yo, one of the games I also want to talk about that we heard a little bit about at E3 is Hellblade 2. Man, it is another game that is on Game Pass. Please go look it up. It is called Hellblade. I want to say it correctly because it has a funny type of name in it. It is Hellblade. It is a Hellblade Senua's Saga. So go play Hellblade, please. It is on Game Pass right now. Please go play it. I promise you. It is one of those games that is shaping up to be its own God of War for Xbox, in my opinion. In my opinion, it has that God of War type feel. I can't really tell you too much about that game until you play it to understand why I am giving it that God of War type feel. It is like God of War with a woman. Man, I mean, the graphics are great. The story is phenomenal. I played about 2.5, 3 hours of it on the Series S months ago. And I was hoping that this title would extend to a part 2 because of how intrigued I was to where it's going. And at the time I was playing it, it wasn't any word being talked about a part 2 yet. So I'm stoked that they even talked about that at the E3. I want to look it up real quick. I want to make sure I got that name right, actually. Let me see, because I want to be correct so y'all can go and look that up for yourself. Yes, I think it is actually called, Hellblade Senua's Sacrifice is what part 1 is called. The Hellblade Senua's Saga will be the sequel to Hellblade. Excuse me, I want to be clear on that. But yes, go play Hellblade Senua's Sacrifice. It is on Xbox Game Pass. Again, Game Pass. I cannot tell you how phenomenal that the fucking Game Pass has been. Listen, it will save you so much money. And people want to say, yo, well, it's taking away from the developers. It's taking money out of the developers' pocket. No, it's fucking not. Because guess what? You still have the option to support the developers by buying the DLC that is not included in the Game Pass, which is what me and my friends do. We buy the DLC because most of the games that come out on Game Pass that have been day one titles are fucking phenomenal. Even the older titles that I bought. I recently bought Battlefield 4, and I ended up buying the premium edition because the story was so fucking phenomenal that I wanted to play all the DLC. I played about 3 hours of that, and I wanted to buy all the DLC to that. So the premium edition is what I did. Again, Game Pass is phenomenal. You still support the developer even though you're not buying the actual physical copy of the game still. You are still supporting the developer by continuing to play the game and build data for the game. So somebody might say, hey, a lot of people are still playing this game. Maybe we should make another one. Like that's what's happening, I think, with Splinter Cell and Crysis. Games like that, people already wanted more of those games or a remaster. And so they are looking into making a new Crysis game from what I've heard. And hopefully people want a new Splinter Cell. Maybe that's in the works. Who knows? But that's what I'm saying. It's still ways to support the developer without buying physical copies. So stop the bullshit with that, man. Come on. Get the Game Pass supported if you have Xbox or Series S or Xbox One. Just support the Game Pass, period, man. It's fucking phenomenal, man. So, I told you that on my last pod, and I actually just mentioned it on this podcast just now, that PlayStation was not at E3. Now, there is rumors that PlayStation is bringing back their own type of E3 event that they used to have called the PSX, which I think stands for the PlayStation Experience, if I'm not mistaken. I think the last one was around 2017 or so, I think. But yeah, the rumor is they're going to do their own type of E3 event and will be debuting some new games that are supposed to be coming down the pipeline. But we'll see. And it's also been rumored that recently they have trademarked the PSX logo. So maybe sometime in July they may be kicking the PSX show off, debuting these new games that they're rumored to be coming down the pipeline or whatever. But hey, we'll see. I love to see something new from Sony. I was kind of let down they weren't at E3, even though I already knew that they weren't going to be at E3. But here it is, end of June now, and we still haven't had a show from PlayStation. And I think we were promised a show here in June, but of course here it is, June 29th, and I don't expect them to pull off a show by June 30th. No. So maybe early July we'll hear something from PlayStation. You know how they are with the community. They aren't as communicative with the community as Xbox is, which I fucking hate, and they need to change that shit. But hey, we'll see, and maybe it'll blow us away. I hope so, and maybe they'll talk about the extended storage drive. Maybe, maybe we'll see. But we're gonna keep it on Sony for a bit. Recently here, Jim Ryan, in an interview I saw, threw a little bit of shade at Microsoft. It was somewhere along the lines of he was speaking on how Xbox has acquired all these new studios, such as Bethesda and things of that nature, and are just really beefing up what they're doing over there as far as bringing in new companies under their umbrella. And he said that nurturing creative talent isn't the same as throwing money at it. I want to repeat. Nurturing creative talent isn't the same as throwing money at it. Jimmy, listen. I need you to stop focusing on what Xbox is doing and focus on the simple things like keeping the community properly updated, as well as, hey, let's work on the SSD. Can we talk about again how here it is July and we still don't have an SSD? Guess who had one since day one? Microsoft. Guess who's been communicative with the community how they're supposed to be? Xbox, Microsoft. Guess who has a great subscription-based service with hundreds of games as well as AAA titles right now that is making the community great and happy? Xbox, Microsoft. Guess who doesn't have an extended storage drive yet? Sony and PlayStation. Guess who is so secretive about everything that they do? Sony and PlayStation. Yo, Jim Ryan, focus on the little things first. Don't worry about what Microsoft is doing. Come out of that complacency. Come out here with the community. We love to have you. Come on. Don't worry about what they're doing over there because they're great. Greater than ever. Greater than fucking ever, Jim. Don't worry about how they are building and paying companies to come and work for them so they can make something fantastic that the community can all celebrate and love. Stop trying to sell consoles. Stop trying to pitch us the controller to try to sell your console. The controller is fabulous. We get it. But hey, you came out with a whole nother set of colors of controllers but don't have an SSD yet. What are you doing, Jim? I don't want to hear you speak on Microsoft. I don't want to see you throw shade at Microsoft. Cut it the fuck out, Jim. Just stop it. Just stop it. Come on. Come on, Jim. Yo, man, let's jump into some straining news for all my straining people out there that love the games and the strains. You know what I mean? All my people, you know what I mean, out there in Virginia. Guess what? On July 1st, Virginia, marijuana will be legal in some form or fashion. Now, you have to know your rights, people. Know your rights. Know your rights. Now, yes, you can't. Weed will be legal in a certain aspect. You cannot walk down the street and be smoking it. You cannot smoke it in public, okay? So all my people out there, don't think you can just post up at a restaurant and just light up outside of the restaurant. You will be arrested. You cannot sell it out in the public, of course. You know what I mean? They will not have dispensaries yet. You know what I mean? It's not there yet. But yes, I think you can grow at your house. I don't know how much just yet. You know what I mean? I'm going to be posting some information about that while I'm speaking on this. You know what I mean? So my people can know their rights. Know your rights. You know what I mean? That's very important. You know what I mean? Yes, you're allowed to smoke in the privacy of your own home with again, like most of us already do. It is just legal and you cannot get in trouble for it. You know what I mean? You cannot ride and smoke with it though. It's not there. You cannot ride and smoke with it. Again, you have to know your rights. But it's a step in the right direction in the Commonwealth state. You know what I mean? It's a step in the right direction. You have to take at least one step first. So who knows? Maybe by next year, they'll move into dispensaries, you know what I mean? And it'll be more of an elaborate thing where people can make money off of it, you know what I mean? And really put it back into the communities. Because that's what it's about. That's why it's so big in California, because the government is able to make money off of it, and let alone it helps people feed their families. it brings in so much money per year. You know what I'm saying? Let alone it's helping people with medical disabilities. Like it's more phenomenal. It's more stuff that's phenomenal behind marijuana than what people even tap into. You know what I mean? People just see it like, oh, it's just some stoner shit. You know what I mean? No, it's way deeper than that. Why it needs to be legalized. You know what I mean? From state to state. You know what I mean? Hopefully North Carolina can get behind this shit and we can get it done. You know what I mean? But yo, man, that's your new episode of Games and Strains. Nah, I'm just playing, man. It ain't over. Yo, I'm just joking. Look, some new games came out. You know what I'm saying? But one in particular came out this past Friday. Again, I'm filming this on Tuesday, July 29th. So this past Friday, new games came out. One in particular that I had to go and buy, Scarlet Nexus. Yes, sir. Went and picked up the Scarlet Nexus for the PS5. It is actually 2 on the Xbox as well. Go pick it up, as well as the PS4. Go get it. You know what I mean? It is a JRPG. For my people that don't know what that is a Japanese role-playing game. It's actually it's like a hacker slasher type of game. It's about 40 hours, broken up in between 2 stories. I'm about 3 hours in, and yeah, man, I really like it so far. The graphics are phenomenal. Phenomenal. It's 4K 60 frames per second on the PS5 as well as the Xbox Series X. I think on the S it's about 1440p. It runs at, if I'm not mistaken. But I love the game. You know what I mean? You know, on this show I do my rating system. You know what I mean? You know, we got the Reggie, we got the mid, and we got the gas. You know what I'm saying? You know, if it's the Reggie, don't go cop it. Don't go pick it up. It's trash. Nobody wants to smoke the Reggie. The Reggie's the fuck out of here. If it's the mid, you know what I mean? Give it some time. It'll get there. It's alright. You know what I mean? It may be worth a grab, but we'll wait and see on that. You know what I mean? If it's the gas, it's what you want to go and get. You know what I mean? That's what you want. You want that ultimate high. You know what I mean? You want to go get that. It's very promising. It's going to take you there. You know what I mean? I ain't even going to lie to y'all. I done played about 2.5, 3 hours into this game. And I strongly feel like it is going to be the gas. I really feel like it's going to be the gas. So far, it's been nothing but gas. The graphics are phenomenal. It's when it comes to dialogue, if you play any Japanese role-playing game, such as Yakuza and stuff like that, you know it has heavy dialogue in it. You have the option to skip that if you don't want to sit around and wait for the story to take place. You just want to jump straight into the action. That's cool. But man, they have some original, interesting looking enemies on this game. You know what I'm saying? That's what I like about it. I love the hack and slash style of like a Final Fantasy type of game. I love that, man. I love how it moves so fast. I love how you have, it's also like telekinesis driven. So you're able to like pick up cars with your mind and throw them at the enemies and all kinds of you're able to use your entire environment with your mental. And it is so fucking phenomenal, man, I can't wait to see how both of these stories end. I like long games, not too long. 40 hours is cool. I can probably beat that in a couple of months because I have kids and I don't have time to just sit around the game and stuff like that. And I do so much. But yeah, I'm anxious to see how both of the stories probably blend in. I want to see how, because right now I'm playing as the guy. I want to see how the girl in the story, how the story unfolds. I think also, from what I'm hearing, it actually has its own anime coming out soon. So check for the Scarlet Nexus anime coming out soon for all my anime folk. You know what I mean? And again, if you're looking to pick up something dope right now, go pick up Scarlet Nexus, man. Again, I picked up the PS5 version. You know what I mean? It is really dope. If you like JRPGs, I promise you, man, you will not be disappointed. I really haven't found a hiccup in the game yet when it comes to glitching, which is really impressive being that it just came out a couple days ago. You know what I mean? Maybe they have some DLC, who knows? But yeah, man, go pick up that Scarlet Nexus, man, if you want to play some gas shit. You know what I mean? But yo, man, for real, that's my show for the day. You know what I mean? Games and strains. Making sure you're gaming good and you're streaming good. Until next time. Peace, love, and gaming.